Hey guys, it is Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. There are so many things wrong today. I'm wearing this ridiculous pink shirt that is still simultaneously badass. I'm wearing a fucking beanie, and I'm drinking a beer. Beanie is actually my buddy's company. First of all, let's start off, hashtag not sponsored at all. Beanie is actually my buddy's company, Natchez Trace Goods. You can check him out. He does some awesome leather work. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of having him making me some guitar straps, maybe some Become the Night signature guitar straps. And I'm drinking Trogs Troganator today. Again, hashtag not sponsored. I did not have time to run and grab myself some more whiskey, so beer it is today. This is a show where you guys put your comments in the comments section of songs you would like me to give my feedback on. I take some of them out, I throw them into a poll on Patreon. If you want to take part in that Patreon poll, go ahead to the link in the description, pledge pledge $5 or more a month, and you can have access to that poll. The patrons vote on them, I take the top ones, I listen to them, I give you my feedback, I grade them on a plus, equal sign, or negative sign, depending on whether or not I want to go seek them out again actively. Negative sign means I would get the fuck away from that song. Let's begin. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Love the piano in the beginning, love the gentle female vocals in the beginning. The whole intro is great. It just has this real feeling of gravity, a nice build. As far as the chorus goes, I don't think it's gonna age well. I never noticed the strings before in the chorus. The melody and counter melody throughout the song is on point. Just very catchy. The whole song is very catchy. The rap stuff isn't really impressive, but it is appropriate. The bridge breaks up the grooves and mixes it up a little bit with some male vocals in front this time instead of the female vocals. The song is not very complicated, but amply conveys an intense emotion. And Amy Lee's vocals are very pretty, though they are not my favorite. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Africa by Toto. When that beat starts, man, whoo. You better prepare for me to sing along. I am extremely biased in favor of this song. I love the shit out of this song. I was listening to this thing since I was like 4. The intro, percussion, and synth is some of my favorite musical feel ever. The verses always seemed weaker to me. The rhythm of the melody always felt really stilted and awkward. The singing in the verse, also meh. That fucking chorus though, I will freaking scream along with that chorus. It's the build of the melody, and then as they go along, they add in the vocal harmonies. It's just epic, dude. It's so intense. And then they also have subtle touches. They also have subtle touches of auxiliary synth, auxiliary percussion, and guitar to kind of help build a more unique soundscape. It's pretty cool. Feels a little roomy or a little wet on some of the instruments though. Feels a little far away. The synth solo, oh my gosh, I love it. I shouldn't love it, but I do. I love the piss out of it. And the ending, so fucking powerful. I mean, it's just the chorus going over and over again, but it's a great chorus that makes you feel that freaking energy, and then they keep looping it for a minute with improv vocals over top of it. It's like, yes, give it to me. Total grade for this song, all of the fucking plus signs. Space Oddity by David Bowie. Very chill intro. I like the soundscape that they wind up building. Again, not a fan of Bowie's voice. Sorry. The melody in the chorus is very familiar. I'm not sure why. I love the chord progression in the chorus. The chromatic movement between notes is just, it's so nice. The production for the time is quite good. Nothing really feels out of place in that mix. Everything just sits nice. And I'm not sure if it was a technological limitation or not, but everything is either panned right or panned left. The bass tone is quite full, very classic 60s. I don't really have much else to say about this one. It sounds good, sounds like Bowie. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Stream of Consciousness by Dream Theater. Their new metal album. I love in the intro how they have the melody on the keys and then it's reciprocated in the following guitar riff, and this establishes our main theme. Then they spend about 2 minutes doing variations of that theme. Then they stay on this for a while, keeping it pretty simple up until they switch to a Phrygian part with like some guitar and synth features. You could definitely tell for a lot of this song they were holding themselves back until about 3:50 Petrucci finally lets loose in this just barrage of notes, and honestly I think it was a little much. The groove at 3:12 and 3:20 had me bobbing my head pretty good. I really liked the rhythmic counterpoint. Rudess's solo that followed John Petrucci's was actually super tasty. Really liked that one a lot. Field change at 5:20 was very unexpected, and then there was some really weird sample that Rudess was using at 5:40 that I'm not sure what it is. I like that the change in feel brought out the bass more, and it's a much fuzzier bass than what we usually get from Dream Theater. There's a little keys line at 7:13 that I thought was really cool. I believe we're actually going back to reprise. Are we reprising at this point? At 7:35, we come back and do a reprisal of the theme. Then it goes out into like a more neoclassical thing, and that variation I dig the most. Total grade for this song, plus sign. Flying Whales by Gojira. I thought I had already done this song. I was incorrect. Absolutely love the intro with the guitars and the drums. It actually sounds quite a bit like Russian Circles. Very vibey and trancy, great tone. The distorted part at about 2:30 had an awesome feel to it. Had me banging my head the whole time. The vocals are not my thing, but they fit very well with this type of music. It kind of almost has like if Lemmy Kilmster, what the fuck his name is, sorry. If he did growls, that would kind of be what it would sound like. The mix is super crunchy and I really dig that. The room on the drums has a great mix. It actually has a very similar room mix to Opeth's drums. It's just that the drums themselves are mixed quite differently. There's a lot of really cool riffs in this song that don't have an established key but still feel very musical. The soundscape isn't overly saturated yet still feels very full and there's plenty of dynamic going on. You guys know I love dynamics. Song is altogether has a great pulse. Total grade for this song, +. Under and Over It by Five Finger Death Punch. Really great 2 opening riffs, dug those a lot. Nothing too complicated, but it catches your ears. The way that the guitars and drums work together are really what locks it in. Not really caring for the growl vocal, and the kick is definitely too high in this mix. It's overpowering most of the things, but definitely overpowering the guitar and the chorus. Though I will say besides that, the mix on the drums is awesome. They compressed each drum pretty hard, I can tell. The chorus vocals are good, the way they were sang was good, the melody itself is good. They also have good use of vocal harmonies. 2:20 to 2:34, a fantastic bridge transition. The solo immediately following that is also really well done. It's not shreddy, but it's melodically interesting, and they throw guitar harmonies at appropriate times. It's a pretty short song, but it gets the point across. Well done. Total grade for this song, =. Bridge Burning by the Foo Fighters. When the drums come in, hell yeah. The intro verse riff, if you will, and then when it has the parts where the drums drop out and then come back in, it's fucking awesome. And then the main verse riff is really cool. The verse melody with the harmonies is kick-ass. I was so into it. The chorus brings a big feel, but then he pulls back to softer vocals, which I'm not as big of a fan when he does that in his choruses. That and also there's like a really awkward chord change that he goes back and forth on at like a too obvious of a beat, if that makes any sense. The mix is solid and full as always. The bridge was really cool. I only wish it was longer and that he could have built that emotion up further. Started half timing or double timing the drums. Either one of those would have been kick-ass. Just something to bring up the intensity more. All I have to say this one is the Foo Fighters are awfully consistent. Total grade for this song, +. Fine Day to Die by Bathory. The intro guitar is okay. The intro vocals are far too wet for my tastes. The explosion at 1:45 where it actually starts to break out into the song is really cool, but the tone of those guitars, oh my lord. They sound tinny as fuck. They sound like a can. Is there even a bass on this track? Like, it's non-existent. You can't hear the mid, highs, or lows of the bass at all. The feel at 2:06 is a pretty cool groove, I will say that. And I can't judge the growl vocals at all. They're just buried in effects, like mostly room. The lead work at 2:30 and really throughout this entire song is so meh. It's basically just a bunch of trills and tremolo picking, and then while he tremolo picks, he's hitting notes on the fretboard. Like, he's just not giving a shit. He's just spraying notes. There's no soul in that playing. This whole song just really reminds me of a band that was far too heavily influenced by the Master Puppets album and Injustice for All. Most of the riffs really aren't that interesting. There's just not enough rhythmic breakup for me. A better mix could have really helped this song a lot, but alas. Total grade for this song, -. Heard 'Em Say by Kanye West. I'm actually digging the beat quite a bit. I'm actually digging Kanye's flow quite a bit. It comes off very naturally, and also they have natural sampling. I'm a sucker for natural sampling. The lyrics seem a little paranoid to me though. The singing in the chorus by the additional singers is very cool. Like that a lot. The melody and the harmony is excellent. The execution, spot on. The song is extremely lyrically focused, as good hip hop and rap should be, but I'm not going to sit down and dissect all of that right now. Now, it keeps with the natural sampling up until the end where they start adding a bunch of different stuff to kind of change the feel of the original beat significantly, but it doesn't feel gaudy and it doesn't feel out of place. It's actually a pretty cool way to end the song. There's really not much else to say here because otherwise I'd have to dig through all those lyrics. I'm sorry, I don't have enough time for that right now. Total grade for this song, =. Old Man by Neil Young. The acoustic riff is actually interesting. I mean, it doesn't change a whole lot, but it's not just like a sit there and strum or pick a few notes type of thing. It's cool. I am not a fan of Neil Young's voice, though I would say it is appropriate for this song. I also will say the melody and the lyrics are extremely touching. Again, the song is much more lyrically focused. There's not a whole lot of interesting stuff happening in the song. Though I will say the addition of banjo and lap steel, very good idea, especially when that comes and brings a higher energy in the chorus. The song really needed that, and I'm glad he did it, because otherwise I would have been bored as fuck. The song is very simple but very effective. I would actually love to see this song redone by someone else today. Add a little more detail to the musical aspect of it. Total grade for this song, $. Now it is time for my suggestions. My first suggestion for you this week is Timeshare by Estelle. This song is very much about sex, but it's not just about sex. Has a kind of weird, existential, very emotional, almost spiritual way of looking at it, and on an actual love spectrum. Not only that, but the beat is fucking awesome, and the singing is dope. Really good. My next suggestion for you, which is one that you guys suggested to me, Feathergun in the Garden of the Sun by Rishloo. This song is good, solid prog rock, not pretentious, just fucking kicking, high emotion, just great. My last suggestion for you is This Is the Life by Dream Theater. This is off the Dramatic Turn of Events album, one of their less popular albums, but this song in particular I feel like has an awesome message and really moving music. One of my favorite solos by John Petrucci, and one of my favorite ways of ending a song. Just really good. That is it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. If you would like to take part in the Patreon poll, you can go to the link in the description, pledge $5 or more a month, and you can take part in that poll. If you don't want to do a rolling pledge, you can tip to me by PayPal or in Bitcoin. I also accept Bitcoin. Or you can go to my merch store, grab like a cool hat or like a cool shirt, something badass like that. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!